It's Chad with Anarchy Offroad Utah, and today we're going to show you one of our favorite trails, Bronco Buster. Bronco Buster is probably rated like a 7 out of 10. It does have some obstacles that are definitely rated higher than a 7, but this trail does come with a lot of great bypasses, so the entire group, friends and family can enjoy it. What you do is you come off of Highway 40 in Jensen, you turn down Escalante Ranch Road, and you turn off onto a county road that is Josie Morris Ranch Road. And once you get to the top of the hill off the dirt road, there's a great parking lot area to unload. It's huge, plenty of room for everybody. And if you look behind me, it's Dinosaur National Monument. Absolutely beautiful. This entire trail has a stunning view of the entire mountain range. And the one thing I want to let everybody know, first off, is we are very close to Dinosaur National Monument. Dinosaur National Monument does not allow any ATVs, UTVs, or motorcycles, dirt bikes, on their property whatsoever. So just be curious when you're in the area to stay out of there and keep with the rules. So once you leave the parking lot, it's 3.2 miles up the dirt road on the Josie Morris Ranch Road, where you turn right at some old corrals, and you come down to basically here. This is where, and what we call kind of the open rock crawl park. And there's quite a bit of rock here to play on and have some fun before we move on to actually start the real trail, Bronco Buster itself. So one of the other cool spots here on the Bronco Buster Trail is right behind me is this super cool formation called Brain Rock. And Brain Rock is kind of an open ride. You can kind of go wherever you'd like. It is pretty nasty, and those notches and the V's going up are super deep and they'll catch you off guard. But it's also a wonderful place to play. And just down from it to the south is some big sand dunes. You can play, enjoy with the family, and have a good time. So right now we're about 6.4 miles away from where the trucks are at the parking lot. And this is pretty much the beginning of the trailhead for the actual Bronco Buster Trail. So to my right, we drop down into a sandy canyon and start the trail. And on this section, there is a good 3/4 of a mile that's got some pretty substantial obstacles. They are somewhat bypassable, but it still takes a little bit of high clearance and some skill to get around them. And to my left here is basically just a sand road, and you can bypass this entire first section down in the canyon and tie back into the main trailhead about 3/4 of the mile ahead. So right here is one of the main obstacles, and one of the first main obstacles you come to on Bronco Buster. And it's a tricky one. There's some holes right behind me here and here that you just kind of got to straddle just right to get up and around. Or if you got a bunch of high clearance, you can go to the right and up over this big ledge. And the bypass is basically here and up the wall and around to my right. So this obstacle is a fun one because it gives you a few different lines. This is probably the worst one because you've got to fish up around this giant hole that's full of water and kind of side hill super off camber around back to the trail. This one here, you just follow along the edge of the hole and try not to tip into the hole, and then the bypass is on this flat rock up and around the back side of the tree and ties back into the trailhead. So this is the crack on the Bronco Buster. It's a super fun one. It is very challenging. If you have a short wheelbase car, it's a little tougher. But basically, we just drive up this crack, and it's got a ton of different lines and options you can take. It is very unforgiving if you fall in one of these holes, but it's a super fun one, and we're happy to show you this one. So this one here is no joke, and this is the one we call the Raging Bull. And I will tell you personally, out of every off-road machine we've had, from full-size crawler, side-by-sides, you name it, I haven't even had the opportunity to claim the top of this one. It's some very big ledges, it's very steep, and it's covered in nothing but loose dirt. So it's a horsepower game on this one, but man, is it fun to watch. This obstacle here, this is the cattle chute. The cattle chute is a nasty V-notch that is extremely deep that you straddle side to side, tire to tire, and slowly turn up to the top side. And that's where it gets everybody. If you don't pay attention to your tire placement on either wall, especially your rear tires, you'll slide one in, and it is an absolute monster to get somebody out of this obstacle. But it makes for an epic video. Right here is the obstacle we call the wall. It has got a bunch of steep ledges and it's loose dirt. It's super fun. It's beyond possible. If you don't want to do this obstacle, it does have a bypass just down the trail a little bit. It just loops around this big rock knoll. So if you followed along this far, we're going to show you some bonus stuff on this trail that not a lot of people know about. Some of the most pristine petroglyphs you will ever see, and a super cool place to get to. You can almost drive right to them when it's just a small hike. This is a big flat rock here, and there's all kinds of cool little obstacles down in the bottom. And you got access to the river. You have access to more petroglyphs down this canyon. And it is just such a beautiful area. Like I said, what better backdrop can you have than Blue Mountain? So we hope you love this trail. We'll show you what's left of the trail, and we'll show you some cool things that we wasn't going to add, but now we're going to add. So this area here, where I'm at, where I'm parked, this is somewhere you could drive a Jeep or any good four-wheel drive vehicle can get you right where I'm standing, and it is within 100 feet of the opening of the slit in the rock to go down to check out these awesome petroglyphs. So this is the entrance where you walk down in the slit in the rocks, and like I said, up both walls, so pay close attention, your right and your left, and look up and you're going to see some petroglyphs as you walk in. And as you get to the bottom, there'll be more. And once you're around the corner to the right in the bottom, it is amazing. But it's super cool because we are right next to probably a good 200 or 300 foot cliff overlooking Dinosaur National Monument. So as you're coming down to the slit in the canyon here to go check out the petroglyphs, there is a little bit, I mean, they're pretty steep ledges coming down in. Just be careful as you're coming down in. It is a little steep and sandy and slick. Once we reach the bottom, here's the rock wall. It is just coated in some of the most amazing and well-preserved petroglyphs that our area has to share. It is not on Dinosaur National Monument, and it is not a feed entry place. Dinosaur National Monument, to our north here, is riddled in petroglyphs, dinosaur bones, the Dinosaur Museum. This little spot in this little area is just riddled with so much history and fossils. It's absolutely amazing. So Well, for the most part, that pretty much concludes Bronco Buster. This is a huge area, and all we did was share a sliver of what this entire place has to offer. It has some amazing sand dunes, hill climbs, breathtaking scenery, canyons that are just go on for miles, that are deep, beautiful colored rocks. It's probably one of our favorite areas here in the Uinta Basin, and we hope you enjoyed as much as we do.